you also touched upon my initial response and concern, and this was last July when it was rolled out, and it remains my biggest concern. And again, you touched on it to a certain extent, is that I want to keep the purity of the college decision of the student athlete as pure as possible, that they're evaluating the football program, the coaching staff, their relationship with the coaching staff, the school itself, what they want to major in, where they want to spend their next 4 years, all those things, and not, oh, I get $1 million here, I get $1.2 million there, that's where I'm going. And so similar to agents and players not being able to interact, or that student athlete's ineligible and they've got to turn pro, it to be a similar rule, and not that people won't cheat, but it to be a similar rule that if there's any contact between an NIL representative, let's say, and a student athlete coming out of high school, before they make their decision, sign, and enroll, they're ineligible, and that's against NCAA guidelines.
I think you're 100% on the money with it. It's pretty clear that this is going to have all kinds of implications. I was sitting around talking with a friend of mine, and we were discussing the NIL impact. And if you are going to allow players now to make money off of, let's say they did in the past, I think that the NCAA should go back through the years, and any time that they have fined a school or suspended a player or whatever it is they did because of some penalty for this, I think all of that should be removed. I think all of that should be paid back by the NCAA. I think they should have to formally issue an apology to players who they suspended for games because, and I'll go back and think in recent memory, I think there was a UGA running back who got suspended, I think, for 3 or 4 games because he signed a jersey and gave it away so that it could be auctioned off for charity. The player didn't make any money off of it and was not interested, was not trying to make any money off of it, but forever impacted his record, his record sheet in a record book, especially if it's a prolific running back. I think all of those things come into play whenever you just say, well, all of a sudden, now it's okay. All of those players over the years that got chastised for any type of behavior like that, they should have to come out and formally apologize. And moving forward, any player that chooses to make money off of his name, likeness, and image, through the the NCAA 2022 or 2021, the NCAA should, from that point forward, in June of last year, whenever they authorized it, any money that the NCAA, in my opinion, that they make off of those games with those players with those names from years past, they should have to pay them for that, because they made money all those years off of somebody else's name, image, and likeness. So the implications for this are profound.